where the moon lights.
An excellent day for an exorcism.
I'm your number one fan.
Hey up and welcome back to Rate Scary, the channel where I not only give you a deep dive into a genre, but I also bring you the latest horror news, and we have got quite a lot to go after today. Starting off with Together, which has just had its premiere at Sundance. This film has been acquired by Neon, which is huge news, and it's a massive deal, estimated to be somewhere in the ballpark of around about $10 million. It is the first major deal out of Sundance this year and puts a meta spin on the body horror film. And I don't know about you, but I just cannot get enough of body horror films. And it follows a codependent couple that move into a remote countryside to become even closer. And they do on a nightmarish physical level thanks to a supernatural force. Now, A24 was also in the running at another point with other studios like Mubi who were sniffing around and seeing if they'd be interested, but Neon are the ones who have bagged this. They are already on a massive hot streak after last year's Longlegs. They've recently had Presents release, and they've also got The Monkey coming out very soon, as well as Hell of a Summer coming in April. So I think this is fantastic news and very exciting. Next up, we have some news about Devoted, which is apparently in post-production at the moment, and the cast has been announced, and we have got some big players starring. So we have Mina Suvari, Skeet Ulrich, Elizabeth Marvel, Lynn Shay, and Alicia Sands, as well as Nick Stahl. And the plot for this film follows a woman who takes guardianship of her estranged sister, the only survivor of a recent mass cult suicide. Yet her happiness at their reunion soon turns to terror as her sister's influence turns her and her husband's life into a savage nightmare. Definitely sounds like my cup of tea. I love anything with a cult, and the fact that Skeet Ulrich is in this, consider me interested. We finally have an official trailer for Sinners, which comes out in theatres in April of this year, and it stars Michael B. Jordan. And Warner Brothers is describing this as a new vision of fear from Ryan Coogler, who is the writer-director. This film is about a pair of twin brothers who are trying to leave their troubled lives behind, and they return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Now, Coogler has stated that he has a number of influences for this film. We can expect something along the lines of Coen Brothers influencing this, Robert Rodriguez, From Dusk Till Dawn, The Faculty. There's a lot of John Carpenter in the film, Salem's Lot, and then he's also referenced The Twilight Zone as well, so that makes it even more exciting. Not film news now, but still horror news. The Lost Boys is getting a musical on Broadway next year. This is an official stage adaptation that's coming to Broadway in spring 2026 at the Palace Theatre, and it is directed by Michael Arden. And we have a famous name who is supporting the production of the film, which is Patrick Wilson, which you will know from Insidious and also The Conjuring. Now, I am a huge Lost Boys fan, so I'm very excited about this, and I really, really hope that as well as Broadway, I hope it ends up coming to the West End in London so that then I can get a look into. Finally, we have a logo for Final Destination's Bloodlines, which comes out in May this year. Composer Tim Wynn has revealed the first look at the logo, posting a picture of it on his Instagram, stating, "That's a wrap. Looking forward to this being released in theatres this May. Grateful to be a part of this amazing team." Now, we still don't have an idea what exactly the tragedy is going to be in this film, nor do we know what any of the kills or anything looks like, but even just the logo has me really excited. Speaking of franchises that are making a return to the big screen, Resident Evil is making its way back too. Zach Kreger, who is the person behind Barbarian, which I think is a fantastic film, is attached to write and direct the new film, with several studios engaged in a bit of a bidding war for the project. And Zach Kreger has stated that this Resident Evil is set to take the title back to its original roots and be more faithful to the initial games. Now, that's something that we've heard before with previous iterations, but I have a good feeling about this, especially with Zach Kreger behind it. Now, I'm sure every year there is a horror film where the marketing pitch is that someone threw up in the very first screening of the film, but this has been confirmed that Ugly Stepsister has been premiered at Sundance Festival and it did make someone vomit. In the aisle, no less. Now, this is a film that's coming to Shudder later this year, and it's about a woman named Elvira who is preparing to earn the prince's affection at any cost. In a kingdom where beauty is a brutal business, Elvira will compete with the beautiful and enchanting Agnes to become the belle of the ball. So this is very much following the Cinderella, Ugly Stepsister lines. And apparently this is a body horror that includes several difficult to watch scenes of crude cosmetic surgery, including eating a tapeworm, sewing in eyelashes, and a barbaric rhinoplasty. Yummy. And then lastly, we have a date for the 6th installment of Scary Movie, which is coming out June 2026. Miramax and Paramount are bringing Scary Movie back to theaters with a new reboot, and Marlon Wayans has taken to Instagram to announce the release date. The box office sensation that was the very first Scary Movie all the way back in the year 2000 paved the way for an entire franchise of horror movie spoofs that spanned between 2000 and 2013. And honestly, with a rise in elevated horror, I cannot wait to see what the Wayans brothers are going to be doing with this one. Tune in next week for more horror news. Can't wait to see you there.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
I'll be right back.
Game over. It's all for you.
Beware the moonlights.
An excellent day for an exorcism.
I'm your #1 fan.